Think your nanny goat would go? So, have you played hooky this afternoon?
Oh, gee, I don't know. Phil's got the rest of the day pretty much booked.
Stop fooling around.
Get the goods.
Birds, like actually scrubbing.
Underneath your arm.
So, do you have any problems with things like this? Weak ankles, I mean.
Oh, whoops.
It looks better that way. No. Oh.
What's wrong with you?
What?
I don't feel so alone.
Stop this.
Oh, he's puckering.
We.
Break it!
Phil.
You're already on my list, sister, so don't make it worse. Hey, watch it.
Look at his face.
Watch where you're going.
Keep your Google eyes
See?
No man is worth the aggravation. That's ancient history. Been there, done that. Why deny it? It's still cliche. I won't say I'm in love. Oh, at least out loud. I won't say I'm in.
That's a fun song. I love it.
I own you! Oh, I got another horn here. He's gonna be doing laps for a month.
He has no weaknesses. He's gonna.
I think he does, Meg.
How can I come down there when I'm feeling so...
Oh boy, yeah. Oh, he's joking. Uh-oh.
It's like a My Little Pony with a heart. Oh, cutting
Yeah.
you.
That's them.
Panic.
Yeah.
She's been playing you for a sap.
Oh, come on, stop kidding around.
I'm not kidding around. Lying, scheming. Shut up!
Whoa.
No, go talk.
Go! I don't need you.
Yes, you do.
I thought you were gonna be the all-time champ.
People are gonna get hurt, aren't they?
Nah, I mean, it's, it's a possibility. It happens. It's war, but what can I tell you?
It's a word.
Oh,
You didn't ask if anyone else is going to get hurt.
Your little chickie poo here was working for me all the time. Duh.
You're lying!
A hero's a zero! A hero's a zero!
no.
Well, gotta blaze. There's a whole cosmos up there waiting for me.
Huge.
Boy.
Holy.
Whoa.
Bigger than that.
So.
Guys,
He's not
Olympus would be that way.
there. And they have to go all through the earth like that. And destroy a... That's like bad, but it's funny.
On the battle!
Keith David.
What are you doing? Without your strength, you'll be killed.
There are worse things.
Like a broken heart.
Wait!
Her favorite.
Back, Roscoe!
If you don't help him now, Phil, he'll die.
Along with a
I
bunch
need
of other
more
people.
thunderbolts!
Susie, I am home.
Ding ding. It took you long enough? Yeah, right?
That's right.
God, wait.
Come on, kid, come on, fight back. Come on, you can take this bum. This guy's a pushover, look at him.
You were right all along, Phil. Dreams are for rookies.
Ooh, right.
Whoa, baby!
Look,
Hercules,
look,
look out!
Meg!
That's the worst.
Oh, boy.
Hercules! This ought to even the odds!
Follow the fingers here. Lesbian, but. Oh, is my hair out?
Right.
Make the turn, Wonder Boy.
Meg.
Some things just can't change.
Yes, I can. Where's Meg?
Look who's here. Wonder Boy. You are too much.
Let her go.
Oh, you know what slipped my mind? You'll be dead before you can get to her.
That's not a problem, is it?
Come on, get to her. Touch her. Just touch her.
No, they didn't do it. Oh.
Yes. He touched her. Got her.
Hercules, stop! You can't do this to me. You can't.
Yes, he can.
Oh.
Oh, God.
You're gonna get a taste of your own medicine.
Oh, see.
His hair's out again. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, look at him.
It was good.
Oh, boy.
People always do crazy things when they're in love.
Not again. Stop. Well.
Oh, my God.
A true hero isn't measured by the size of his strength, but by the strength of his heart.
Oh.
But can she come though? She can't.
Congratulations, Wonder Boy. You'll make one heck of a god.
A life without Meg, even an immortal life, would be empty.
I understand. Woo! Our favorite. Aww, he's gentle. Oh, God. Oh, his parents. Great.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
Phil's
he was
boy.
really good.
Oh,
That's
you're
right,
finally a hero yourself.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Oh, that was fun.
A star is born. It's so catchy. I love it. I love those singers.
That was good. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Well, I heard you guys laughing a
Oh
lot.
my God, that was fun.
That was a
That's
great
good.
movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
It was really good. Yeah.
It was great. Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. The villain was even great.
That's right.
Yeah, right. It was so good. That was on James Woods, right?
That's right. I love Phil. Phil's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Phil
Danny
is
DeVito.
fantastic. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely, yeah.
characters
kinda
were
look
great.
like him a
little bit. No offense to him, but yeah. I mean, anytime, most times with animations, the design is influenced by the voice actor, you know, so
Yes,
not
you can
always,
tell it
but
in here,
most
yes,
times.
definitely
Not that he's
good.
part goat,
Yeah.
but yeah, right.
Right.
But yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
love the different characters, and Phil was great. He was
That's
fantastic.
right.
I like
I
the
like him.
story.
I
was kind of chuckling because, you know, Zeus had no idea that it would be Hades trying to, you know,
That's right. Yeah.
ruin everything and steal his son, and he had
Make
no
him mortal.
idea. Exactly.
Like this whole
He
time,
had
it's like,
no
who
idea.
did this?
Yeah, that's
Who
right.
has the power to do something like this?
But it was fun.
Yeah, and we recently saw The Little Mermaid, and it's a very different feel, but it still has the music, a lot of music pulling the story
Yeah, this was a
along.
musical.
and then it had a lot of romance in it too. So I do love those elements, and the music in this one was so freaking good as well.
Oh, it was great, and it was
fabulous.
great storytelling. I
That's
mean,
good.
you know, it made it much easier to, you know,
That's right, yeah.
get the flow going. And I liked how, you know, Hercules didn't want to be a god at the end. You know, he wanted to stay on Earth. Because
He was a true
didn't want-
person.
He
was
really loved her.
He was
Yes,
a
he
good
did.
person. He really cared, and he wasn't selfish at all. You know, and him being raised as a farm boy, I love that idea. You know, kind of like Superman with Clark Kent. Like it makes me think kind of like that. Like you have this guy with superpowers who has to kind of be in secret, although his strength everyone knew about,
and
and
he's very
he's in the farm.
clumsy, and
Very clumsy.
And he was very, very careful, you know, or like they try to, you know, give him a normal life.
Yes.
You know, and he's away from everyone in a farm, and he just isn't influenced by anything bad. So he just doesn't have like arrogance or anything about him. And his parents were always very loving with him, his earth parents or human parents.
They were.
So I love
Very
that
genuine.
aspect of it,
Yeah.
and him
They
being
were so
just a
proud of him.
sweetheart.
They were.
Yeah, and he was a major sweetheart all the way through this. Like he was a brave guy, he was a brave guy and just truly a good person all around.
Yes, and he knew that there was something missing, and it was good that he went to Zeus's temple, right? And he went there and he talked to him and he understood, and that was a great
That's
moment.
good, yeah,
It was like,
that's
okay,
good.
he's got a mission.
That's
He's got to
right.
find this Phil guy.
Yeah, that was great. And I do want to correct myself because I think in the introduction of this video I said Norse when I meant to say Greek, because I absolutely know it's Greek mythology, but we were setting up everything and we put Thor and Loki back there, so I think that was just in my head about Norse mythology. But yeah, so you know, I really did enjoy all the influences, like how you have like these different gods that are in history, and you know, have Zeus and you know Hera, and you have all these other gods that I've heard of before.
Yes, and how Phil was saying who he trained before,
and even Achilles, like everyone knows Achilles' heel, so that was like a perfect reference.
That's for sure.
You know, the
so
freaking forsaken heel of his.
all these Achilles.
Yeah, and Phil, like, he really wanted, he tried to have a savior. Like, he wanted to train these people, and not only to get the recognition for it, but I think he really did care about, like, saving the world and all that, and it just always failed before.
He did, and he's so proud of you know,
Hercules.
Yeah, he's so proud of Hercules' accomplishments now that he was just tearing up so much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
And in this way, I guess, because, I mean, things do happen and random accidents can happen, but here Hercules went the distance. He was very different. He was a very caring guy who always put himself last, you know, and everyone else first. So, in a way, like, he tried his best to do what his father wanted so he could be a true hero. So he did have some goals for himself, but still, like, truly he was just you know, very caring about everyone else. You know, he wasn't like a selfish person, so that's what made it, you know, made a difference there. But what do you guys think about the animation?
Oh, very good. I loved it.
Yeah,
Really
I love the
good,
souls, like how the souls were
that's right.
presented,
That
and I loved how even, well, speaking of the souls, at the end when Hercules finally jumped in there, that was pretty awesome how they transformed him into an older man, like he's just diminishing before your eyes. And you know, that was what it took to become a god. He really saved someone.
Yeah.
And that was it. And Hades helped him do it. Became a god, really.
Yeah, because that was his
his
true
vow,
act,
right?
to be a true hero, because he sacrificed himself and nothing else mattered. He wanted to save Meg, you know, no matter what the cost. And even if he did get to Meg, he would have been Hades. He would have had to stay there.
Right,
so either way, like, he was a goner. So he didn't care. He was going to sacrifice himself to save her. And I think this is interesting with, you know, just recently watching The Little Mermaid, and we saw a contract in that.
Yes.
And how that was a pure contract where you can't break it. And we kind of had that here too,
Yes.
where Hercules made a deal with Hades and they shook on it, and that was a binding thing.
Right.
So once Meg was fatally injured, that broke the contract. So it takes extremes. Like, you can't break a contract, you know? Like, even these godlike people, you know, don't have control over breaking something. You know, you have to follow the rules or whatever you agree upon. So that's interesting to see that again, where they had to follow it until, because Hades would have totally, if he had the power, he would have been like, well, screw that. That's not going to be a thing. You're not going to get your powers back if she dies.
Yeah,
you know?
and
But
he's-
the contract is solid.
And his technique is like, do it now, think of it, you know.
He's very fast talker.
Come on,
Just
so you don't think about it and just do it,
yeah.
you know. And that's what he's preying on.
And I love that fast talking in this case, but yeah, if I was on the other end like Hercules, that's overwhelming. And all right, get off my back. Like, he probably always gets what he wants to a certain extent, because he just badgers really fast, and he just. But I love hearing him talk like that, because all these like things that he was saying, I was like, that's so weird. You know, like, you have to be like really listening to catch on to what he's saying. But yeah, I mean, Hades was a really good villain, and you know, it was terrifying. I mean, I feel like this probably was PG. I didn't pay attention there. I think Little Mermaid was rated G, but this one, it definitely felt more adult, and it had a lot more, like, they had monsters that were really scary.
Right.
Even that
Titans
Cyclops
were,
guy.
Yeah, he was.
And the monster in the
Wow, that
beginning,
sure was.
that first three-headed monster, not the dog, but
Yes.
that big lizard type one that
Yeah.
he first
Right,
fought, like, that was freaky.
Yeah,
as
to
hell.
go down and
That's
cut
pretty.
the neck.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
And just the design of it with its like jaw, like, not disconnecting, but it was very flexible and could twist, and that's not natural, you know. And it was just so like demonic and freaky, because it was just so different. The anatomy was it was serpent-like, but then it had certain structures that made me think it would have more of a skeleton, and then it would move more like a snake, and it was just perfectly executed, where it just freaked me out. And when this came out, what was it, 1997, that, you know, they mixed in a lot of traditional animation with computer animation. So that was, it worked well, but that monster was computer animated, and it had a lot of colors on it to kind of flatten it. It still looked really pretty, but to kind of match the traditional a little bit more. But anyways, like, the design of those monsters looked really freaking freaky. Like, they were enough to kind of like put a chill up your spine a little bit. I mean, I know it's an animated thing, but I think it's hard. You have to be able to design something perfectly to make it look believable and make it look scary and not goofy.
Oh, that's very well.
You know,
Well,
so,
I liked how they were so multiplied, and he was up on the top, and when he shattered, and they just, you know, came crushing down, and there was just so many of them, and I love when they went
Yeah.
all at the same time, yeah. And I love the jokes, because we have all these like scary things happening, and then Phil's like, "Can you stop the cutting head off thing? Apparently that's not working."
And I love Pegasus.
Pegasus
Yes.
was
Oh
great
my
too.
gosh.
Pain and Panic were funny too.
They were hilarious, and
Yes,
every
like
time
all
they
the
heard their
time.
name,
Yes.
they would do their thing. Like,
For
Pain
sure,
would, like he was in
Yeah.
pain, and Panic would go, woo! So I love
That was
that.
good,
All the
yeah.
way through, we heard that. And a lot of the voices were very familiar. We said James Woods, and there were quite a few other ones that I was trying to, we said Danny DeVito already, and Bobcat was Pain.
Oh, Bobcat. He was,
You know, Bobcat.
Yes.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of good talent in
It's
this.
very good. Oh my gosh.
But I love the romance again.
I
What
did
did you think of
too.
Oh,
Meg?
that was very good.
Did you
Oh,
like
I
Meg?
Meg? Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought she
Yeah,
was going to
definitely.
be even more sinister than
I
she,
thought so
just
too.
because of how she, you know, how they made her up. Like, I
Oh,
thought she
yeah,
was going to be
first.
more sinister than she was. But she really loved him, and she was,
Yes, she did.
you know, but I did like her at the end. She really understood that, you know, she made mistakes in the past, and, you know, she's going to go with her heart this time.
Yeah.
And I loved
Yeah.
the singers. The singers
Oh
were
my
great.
God.
I know, I knew you guys like it. I like it too.
They
Yeah, they
were
were fun.
Really great.
Yeah, they were
It's
great.
fun.
I love, I mean, they were very energetic, and the singing was very beautiful.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then they kind of just like were always in the story all the way through.
That's right.
You know,
That's
even getting
right,
pulled
yeah.
into, you know, actual life or whatever, like with Meg, you know, and not just like these cutscenes or these, separate
Like a
scenes,
side, yeah.
and their own like montage of song. But they also were like with the main characters sometimes interacting, and that was kind of fun to see as well. So I did enjoy that. And just to go back to when I was asking about the animation style, it did remind me, because we did see The Emperor's New Groove a while ago,
That's right, yeah.
and even though it was a little different, it was very stylized, similar to this, meaning that it had a lot of very exaggerated features on the characters,
like Hercules' chin.
and then you have like sharp edges and then a lot of swirls.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of fun to kind of like show some of the artifacts that they have of like Greek history, and you have like a lot of those kind of lines and curves and a lot of their art. So I think that's neat that they mix that in to this.
You can really tell that they really emphasized on that,
That's good. Yeah.
And it was very consistent all the way through, and sometimes to the point where it was really freaky, like again with the monsters,
especially his titans at the end. That big brick one, that like
that was
early
like the
one,
volcano one,
the mountain one, or whatever it was.
because I think those are also in the lores of Greek mythology, and they had a bunch of titans that go after Zeus or something. And again, I do love how the gods are majestic, and they're loving and caring, but I do think it's funny, but that's just how it is, where they are just up on Mount Olympus and they just do their own thing, and the titans, they kept it simple, where Hades had a grudge against Zeus. I think they're brothers or something, I don't know, but I think that's what they were. And anyways, Hades like wanted revenge and wanted to take over Olympus, so he sent the Titans there. So on their way over there, like the gods are completely oblivious to the fact that they just crushed so many villages, so they're not even helping people at all. And
someone's supposed to be on guard here, not just their little sidekick guy.
And how strict like the rules are, where you were saying, Kim, a quick tangent, saying like, here you can't even save your son who's mortal now, and he has to be with humans. He can't be back up in Olympus, and that's it. Like, ties are cut. I can only watch from afar, and that's it. So that sucks. But, Zeus, I mean, I'm sure he was like, who did this? And kind of questioning how that even happened in the first place. But 18 years later, it's like, oh, you were behind this, Hades?
I missed you, but okay.
Yeah, you have to like keep it simple, I guess, sometimes. But so just the gods being completely separate. But I get it. Like, I still love this story, and you can't like overthink that.
Yeah,
like,
you can't, because I mean, they just greet their son. Now he's a god, and then he's like, I really can't do that. I can't leave Meg. Oh, okay, bye.
Bye. That's it.
Yeah, I know, and I think that's sweet. And again, it happens quick, but I think with the short amount of time we had in this, I think it worked well with Meg and Hercules. I think they're really cute.
Yes.
And he's always so, he's just a caring guy, and he just really loves her. And I think that's sweet that he decided against, okay, well, this is what he thought he wanted. But he decided, again, love wins
through that journey, he decided that's really not what he wanted.
Yeah.
He found out through that journey that, the people he found out in his life through the journey, that's who he wanted to be with. And he really did get to know his father, if you think about it, through the temple.
Yeah, because they were talking a lot
and he
there.
said he was very proud of him, and, you have to work a little bit harder. You haven't gotten there quite yet to be a hero, but, he did have a relationship with his father through the temple, so.
Yeah, so hopefully he's satisfied that or something. So that'll be good. But overall, I think it was a fun story, and I love the humor. The humor was the best. I mean, it was so quick sometimes that it just cracked me up, especially the exaggerated faces you would see sometimes, especially with Pegasus, he would do something and get angry and start yelling at Meg, and then she would just blow out the lantern thing on his head.
I love that.
Or just Pegasus leaning against Hercules, and it's just a quick shot of the camera shifting, and it's just humor, and he's like shrugging. I just loved it. Yeah, everything. And Phil was just so great.
Hands down, he was fantastic.
And I did mention that during the montage of Zero to Hero, which is an excellent song. I don't know if you thought Hercules would be that popular. That was kind of a fun transition.
That was
to see.
that was
funny.
hilarious
That
to
was funny,
see
yes.
how he became so popular and so famous, and he thought he succeeded in being a hero, and you know, he had to learn a lot more. But it was very funny how he became very commercialized.
That's right, too. My thing.
Yeah, that was
Those
funny.
sandals.
And I did mention, the sandals were great, the air hurts,
Yeah.
and the animal head he was wearing when
Yes,
he was posing, and that was
yes,
scar because he
yes,
even had the scar on the eye, so that was
That's
kind
right.
of
That was
kind of freaky, but it's
Yeah,
hilarious, and he was
yeah.
giant too.
Yeah.
So, but no, that was fun. I like it when they
Yeah.
put other Disney films
That's right.
mixed in. You have to kind of catch yourself. Like that's
Yeah.
really kind of subtle. I mean, it was there, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was there. Oh yeah, and then Phil wiped his face with it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Okay.
forgot. Yeah, I did. That was good. So, do you guys have any favorite characters?
Oh God.
Phil was mine.
Yeah, Phil, but I like Hercules too.
And Pegasus, you were saying?
Pegasus,
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say I always like go with the main characters or like the silly characters, but Hercules was definitely my favorite, and then I really do like Meg. I'll go with those two first, and I'll say Phil because he's really funny. Pain and Panic did make me laugh a lot, though. Actually, you know what? I'll say Hades because Hades, like him ranting like that.
Oh
he
yeah,
was
I
hilarious.
love when he
Oh, my
got
hair's out.
flash
Yeah.
frozen, and I love that when he
That
got
was
his face
good.
pushed in at the end. That was
That
hilarious.
became that was hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was really
Yeah, I like the epic moments of Hercules just being a hero and him becoming a god at the end, and then Hades is like, "Hey," and then trying to be chummy to him. He just
Hey,
punches him.
yeah,
Like that's a
fun.
great scene. I love that. Yeah, all in all, a fun movie. Really enjoyed this. So thank you again for
Yeah,
requesting
very good.
this and voting for it on our Patreon. Is there
Thank
anything
you.
you'd like to add? I feel like there's so many things I want to say, but
No, it's very good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's back down to earth.
Yeah,
me too. I think that's so sweet. And that
That's
last
why
song, "A
he's
Star Is Born," I love that song.
good.
That is such a catchy song, so I'll have to play that later on when I'm
yeah,
editing. Because that'll be great.
Yeah, that's good.
That and "Go the Distance," that's a great song
that's
too.
good, yeah.
You know, because he went the distance.
He sure
It
did.
was
So-
a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great soundtrack, and a lot of Disney films have very good songs. But we recently saw "Little Mermaid." I'm gonna say it again, and that was good. And this had a great soundtrack. And "Lion King," there's a lot that we can list now, but yeah, definitely great. So please let us know what you thought of this film, guys. What were your favorite parts,
please.
favorite characters? Very curious. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll
Yes,
see you
thank
very
you.
soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.